Love your outfit, babe. What, that's part of your new life, right?
I should kill you right now.
That's not a good idea, Pam. All these witnesses.
I trusted you.
She doesn't mean anything, Pam.
I'm not talking about another woman.
Oh, you mean Poseidon?
You're gonna pay for this, Kip. I swear.
Took you long enough. Kip? Come on.
I'm still working, Paige.
Well, how about dinner tonight?
I've got plans.
Ooh. Well, aren't we a busy little sea otter?
Maybe next week.
No, I'm busy next week. I'm going to London to interview the Stones. So come on. What are we going to eat?
I told you, I have a date.
Well, break it. Or I'll go to the police.
Okay.
And don't even think about standing me up, okay? Or I'll drown you. Kip, let's just stay in tonight.
Listen, about tonight, Wendy. Something's come up.
Kip, don't do this to me.
I will meet you later.
Now, what's her name?
Don't start that with me, babe, okay? You don't own me. Your hand's empty, Jake. Supposed to have my money in it.
Well, yeah, you know, this losing streak, it just won't end.
Yeah, well, it just got a lot worse. You get your car back when I get my money.
You steal my wife, my money, and now my car? I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
What are you gonna do, kill me? Hello, Princess. I don't remember giving you a key.
I had a copy made when I rented you this place.
Well, good. You can use it to let yourself out.
Not until you change your mind.
Forget it. Look, Your Highness, get out of here before you make a fool of yourself.
No. You made a fool out of me for the last time.
What are you doing here?
It's Burke's Law.
I know, don't you point that at me.
Don't you raise your voice at me. I'll knock you up. I've had about all I'm taking out of you.
I know people in high places.
Billy, what happened?
Oh, nothing that 15 or 20 years in the big house won't make good.
You made an illegal U-turn, Chief. Then he resisted arrest when I tried to ticket him.
There was a bug on his shirt. I just swatted it off, that's all.
Why'd you resist arrest in the first place, Vinny?
There was a no U-turn sign, but it was blocked by a bush. A big, bushy bush!
I told him my job was to write the ticket. If you want to complain about the sign, then you have to talk to the judge. That's when he started yelling.
Oh, and you were a gentleman, of course. He yelled too!
Then he hit me.
I swatted off a bug. Probably saved your life from the yellow fever carried by the deadly tsetse fly.
All right, hold it. I know Mr. Piatti. He's not a violent man. If you drop the resisting arrest charge, Sergeant, I'm sure he'll happily pay his ticket. Right?
No. No, I'm not gonna pay no ticket. No, I'm gonna fight this all the way to the Supreme Court. They locked up Gandhi. Well, here's my answer. Noblesse oblige. Let him eat cake. Get it?
Is he really a friend of yours?
I'm afraid so.
All right. I'll drop the resisting arrest charge as a favor to you, Chief. But there's nothing I can do about the moving violation.
Fine. I'll see you in court.
Fine.
Vinny, just pay the ticket.
No, Amos, it's a matter of principle. I can't. I'm sorry, but I have to go to the law library. This conversation is adjourned.
Detective Burke. We're on our way, thanks. Dad, Kip Sawyer, Malibu lifeguard, was found dead in a swimming pool. Looks like murder.
Let's go save the day.
You better call the lab and tell them we're gonna book some overtime tonight.
Coming through. Watch your back.
How'd he die, Lil?
Oh, believe it or not, it looks like the lifeguard drowned.
What makes you think he was murdered?
This blood smear, it matches the contusion I found in the victim's head. He was hit with this and then drowned.
Nice digs for a lifeguard. I didn't know the county paid that well.
Yeah, how do you afford a house on the beach?
Maybe you should ask the lady that found the body. Her name is Pamela Crawford. She's inside.
Miss Crawford? Are you looking for something?
Yes, an address book. I thought I should tell Kip's mother and father.
Did you find it?
Yes. Do you think it'd be all right if I used his phone to call?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
How do you know the victim?
Kip was one of my models. I own Sunset Swimwear. We also had a personal relationship. And a date tonight. But when I came to pick him up...
You said he was a model. I thought he was a lifeguard.
He was. That's where I spotted him, on the beach. What a hunk. He was the perfect image I needed for my new line of men's swim trunks. Poseidon?
Is modeling how he afforded this house?
No, not on what I paid him. He once mentioned something about a trust fund.
Did he ever mention that he had any enemies?
Only one. And she killed him. Wendy Miller.
Who was she?
Another lifeguard. Kip dumped her and she went nuts. It's been like fatal attraction around here. She'd call him day and night. Last week, she broke into his house. Yesterday, she tried to run him over in a speedboat.
And today, she drowned him.
If you want to catch Kip's killer, you find Wendy Miller.
Yo, Kip didn't dump me.
Then you weren't calling him all the time?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, we're friends. Friends talk.
Do friends also break into each other's houses?
Oh, you've been talking about that swimsuit designer.
Yeah, Pamela Crawford.
I walked in on them the other day. It wasn't my fault. The door was unlocked.
I suppose it wasn't your fault either that you tried to run him over with your speedboat.
No, we were water skiing. I may have cut the corner a little too close. Look, detective, there's something you gotta understand. Kip was a lifeguard for one reason, to meet women.
Well, it sure seems like he picked the right place, didn't he?
Yeah, I worked with Kip for the past 6 months. I saw Kip hit on scores of women, scoring most of them.
And yet you still went out with him?
Well, no, not at first. I mean, we were just friends, but, you know, we started spending a lot of time together, and eventually Anyway, it was just last for Kip and I really had no illusions of him ever changing his lifestyle or settling down.
Were any of Kip's conquests less understanding?
Oh, yeah. One in particular. A royal pain in the highness. Princess Catherine Lanier.
Princess?
Yeah, her father is the prince of some obscure European suburb. Kip slept with her a few times, and she figured he was now one of her loyal subjects.
But Kip figured differently.
Yeah, Princess didn't like that. She said to stop seeing other women, or else.
Or else what?
Or else he'd be sleeping with the fishes.
Burke, isn't it? We met at the Governor's Ball last year.
That's right.
Oh, from what I remember, you are a wonderful dancer.
Thank you. I'm not here to tangle.
Oh, let me guess. Kip Sawyer?
My son told me that you and Kip Sawyer were involved.
How very diplomatic. Chief. Chief, that's so formal. Do you mind if I call you Amos?
No, Amos is fine. Right now, call me curious. Is it true that you told Kip Sawyer that he was going to sleep with the fishes?
Oh, it's a little melodramatic, I must admit. But you know, The Godfather is one of my favorite movies.
He was drowned.
Not by me.
Why'd you threaten him?
I've lived a fairy tale life. Born a princess, raised in a castle, best schools, finest clothes, all the jewels and money any woman could ever dream of.
What does that have to do with Kip Sawyer?
Everything. You see, my father disapproved of my lifestyle. He thought that I was too promiscuous. I am. And too irresponsible. I am not. So he put a poison pill in his will. If I'm not married by the first anniversary of his death, I lose my entire inheritance.
When did your father die?
51 weeks ago.
That's cutting it close.
Well, I didn't mean to. Kip and I were supposed to get married last month. Last minute, he backed out.
That's when you threatened him.
Yes. Broke my heart. By the way, are you married?
A widower.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
About Kip Sawyer.
Oh, the threat was just something you say when you're angry. Besides, I would have been crazy to kill him now.
Why?
I'd persuaded him to change his mind. We were going to be married on Saturday. Now that he's dead, I've got to find another husband, fast.
Any way you can prove your wedding plans?
I have a marriage license. I have a reservation at a Las Vegas wedding chapel. Do you like Las Vegas, Amos? We could catch a jet and be there in time for luncheon.
I don't think so. I still have a killer to catch.
Oh, that won't take you long. I know who killed him.
You do?
It's as plain as the music video on your television.
Excuse me?
Paige Sinclair. She's a video jockey for rock and roll television. And a very jealous, jilted lover. Do you know what she sent Kip for a wedding present?
I have no idea.
An aquarium with a dead rat floating in it.
Well, I think I better have a talk with Paige Sinclair. See if I can get her to sing.
My Chance from Heaven has become this year's biggest surprise hit, but one thing for sure, the Sebastiani Monks are way up there with Pearl Jam. So, Brother Damien, any plans to follow up this hit CD with another recording?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we do, Paige, but we thought we'd try something a little more contemporary.
Really? What's that?
Well, why don't we just show you?
Ooh, rock on.
Brothers?
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. It's a classic.
Well, looks like another hit for the Sebastiani Monks. I'm Paige Sinclair for Rock and Roll TV. Thanks, brothers. It was heavenly.
And we're clear.
Oh, speaking of heaven, Miss Sinclair, we were wondering if you sent Kip Sawyer there.
We're police.
You think I killed Kip?
If your wedding gift was any indication, yes.
Well, I didn't think having a sense of humor was a crime.
It's not. But homicide cops hate coincidence. Drowned rat, drowned boyfriend.
First of all, it wasn't a real rat. It was a stuffed animal. Secondly, it was Kip's aquarium in the first place, and I was just sending it back. And thirdly, I didn't kill Kip.
That's me.
Were you angry that he was marrying Princess Lanier?
No, I wasn't angry. I told him to do it. She was going to give him $100,000 to say, I do.
Do tell.
It was only going to be a paper marriage. The only effect it would have on our relationship is that Kip could pay for dinner once in a while.
And exactly what was your relationship with him?
Surf, sand, sex. Not necessarily in that order. But I gotta tell you, I'm not surprised Kip was killed.
Why?
He was acting real funny lately. Nervous. Like he was really worried. Really scared.
Do you know about what?
No. I asked him a couple of times, but he wouldn't talk about it.
That was Lily. She wants to see us at the crime scene right away.
Thank you, Ms. Sinclair. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Well, this is weird. Lily said she'd meet us by the pool.
Hello, Chief. Hi, Pete. Come on in. The water's fine.
I'd love to, but I left my scuba tank in my other suit. Don't you need a mask?
Not in this pool. It's bromine, not chlorine.
What's the difference?
Well, it does irritate your eyes.
Did your unirritated eyes see anything interesting down there?
As a matter of fact, they did.
Don't tell me. Kip Sawyer was torpedoed to death.
No. The sub was stuck in the drain. I thought it was the reason that the pool filter wasn't working. But it wasn't the reason. This was.
A medic alert bracelet.
It was stuck in the pool pump.
Whose is it?
Our swimsuit designer, Pamela Crawford.
Oh, hi, Chief. I'll be with you in a second. Hey, flex, please. Good. Okay, flex. All right, cough. I mean, flex. Thanks, Armando.
Thanks, Miss Crawford.
I'll be in touch.
I'm afraid we're going to have to hurry, Chief, because I'm trying to catch a competitor's fashion show at 3.
Today?
Of course.
You're a half hour late now.
Battery must have died. Oh, well, pull up a beach chair. I guess we've got all the time in the world.
Why don't you call your secretary in?
Why?
Let her take down your confession.
I thought that lifeguard Wendy killed Kip.
We think you did. We found your medic alert bracelet in Kip Sawyer's pool pump.
And you think I lost it last night when I killed him?
Well, the clasp was broken, and we believe it was broken while you were drowning him.
Could I show you something? The clasp did break in Kip's pool a month ago when we were playing water polo. I called my pharmacy that afternoon and had them make me a new one. I'm sorry, Chief, but I am not your murderer.
I'll need the number of your pharmacist.
Of course. I'll tell you who else you might want to call. My ex-husband, Jake Crawford.
Did he know Kip Sawyer?
Well, let's just say Jake was not my ex-husband when I met Kip.
Was he the reason you left your husband?
No. It wasn't much of a marriage anyway. Jake's a professional gambler. The only woman in his life is Lady Luck. Kip reminded me I was a woman and what I was missing. I didn't leave Jake to be with Kip. I left Jake to be with whomever I want.
Did Jake blame him for the divorce?
Jake blamed Kip for everything.
Thanks for the tip, Miss Crawford. I know you like spending your time at the beach, but until this investigation is over, you're still not out of the woods.
Devil's defender takes the lead. Come on,
Hey there, come on, let's go. Keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going, come on, pull it. Yeah!
I'm sorry, Mr. Crawford. I know you're busy, but these gentlemen insisted.
Mr. Crawford, homicide.
Perfect timing. I'm about to make a killing. Number 10, Devil's defender. 18-1 and pulling ahead of the lead.
Looks like the number 11 horse has a shot in.
Never happened. Come on, hang in there. Come on, hang on, hang on, hang!
Number 11, Harris Red up to beat Devil's defender. Morning Moonshine and Danny's
And I was sure my luck had changed.
Why?
Because that damn lifeguard's dead.
Thanks to you?
We know Kip Sawyer stole your wife.
He stole more than that. He stole my luck. I've been on a losing streak ever since Pamela walked out. I haven't won a bet in 6 months. Plus, my doctor tells me that I have a bleeding ulcer. My dentist says I need root canal, and my dog died. If I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all.
Bad luck? Good motive.
Wait a minute. I'm a professional gambler. I live and die by the odds. And the odds of getting away with murder are slim to none.
Doesn't stop a lot of people from trying.
It stopped me. Besides, I couldn't have done it. Kip Sawyer was killed yesterday afternoon, right?
That's right. About 5 o'clock.
Well, yesterday at 5, I was at the Hollywood Park Turf Club watching the feature race with a few hundred of my closest friends.
Who will no doubt confirm your alibi.
You got it.
Thank you, Mr. Crawford. We'll check it out. And if you're lying to us, we'll be back. Bet on it.
Friends, I stand before you a humble man, born of simple stock, reared at the feet of honest people who taught me the difference between right and wrong, hot and cold, honor and justice.
Who's he talking to?
The jury.
What jury?
The jury of my peers. 12 angry men and women who will free me from the shackles of injustice.
Vinny, there is no jury in traffic court or shackles, just a judge.
But if you prick him, does he not bleed? Convince him that the nearsighted, small-minded copper made a mistake, and he will say, not guilty, not guilty.
Vinny, if you convince the judge that the officer made a mistake, he'll let you go. But you won't do it with fancy mouthwork.
Really?
It takes fancy legwork. You claimed a bush blocked the no U-turn sign. Prove it. Take a picture, a videotape. Make a diagram of the intersection. Anything to help you prove your point.
This is wonderful visual aids. Oh, Amos, thank you so much. I wonder if Robert Shapiro started like that. Gentlemen of the jury. Hello, Peter. I'm innocent. Innocent. Goodbye, Peter.
Goodbye, Vinny. I know. Don't ask.
You are learning.
Okay, I checked with the Hollywood Park Turf Club. A few people did see Jay Crawford there, but I haven't found anyone who remembers seeing him after the 7th race.
What time does it run?
3:30.
Which leaves Crawford plenty of time to get to Malibu and kill Kip Sawyer.
Exactly. And 2 years ago, a young woman by the name of Nancy Carter drowned while she was swimming at Malibu. Her family thought the lifeguard on duty was negligent, and they sued.
Let me guess. The lifeguard was Kip Sawyer?
That's right. But the Carters lost the suit.
Is that name supposed to mean something? None of our suspects are named Carter.
One of them used to be, before she had a short-lived marriage to a guy named Miller.
Lifeguard Wendy Miller is actually Wendy Carter?
The drowning victim's sister. She went to work as a lifeguard shortly after her sister was killed.
Question. If you blamed Kip Sawyer for your sister's death, what are you doing sharing a lifeguard station with him?
Answer. Plotting her revenge?
Exactly. Why don't you track down Wendy and see if vengeance was hers?
Set me up!
Great shot.
Thanks. Tune up for the West Coast Invitational. I know why you're here. And the answer is yes.
Really?
I'll go out with you anytime, anywhere.
Actually, I'm here to talk to you about Nancy Carter, your sister.
Oh. Well, I was going to tell you about her, but I figured it made me look a little too guilty.
You're right. It does.
I didn't kill Kip.
Well, your family thinks Kip's responsible for your sister's death. I mean, they try to sue him, they lose, and then you show up to work at Kip's side. Coincidence?
All right, I admit, I did become a lifeguard to figure out a way to get even with Kip. I had all sorts of daydreams how I was gonna kill him. Strangle him with my swimsuit, bury him in the sand. Maybe I'd run him through with my surfboard.
Why'd you settle for something as dull as drowning him?
I didn't. Instead, I got to know him, and this job. And I realized Kip did everything he could to save my sister. In fact, in the short time that I knew him, Kip saved over 40 swimmers. How many people do you know who have saved over 40 lives?
Unfortunately, I spend my time tracking down people who take lives.
Yeah, well, I'm not one of them.
I'd really like to believe you, Wendy. But until we catch our killer, don't swim too far from shore. Well, you gotta check it out.
The Princess Catherine Lanier.
Call you back.
To see Chief Burke.
His royal chiefness is right in here.
Oh, Princess Lanier. What a pleasant surprise.
Pleasantries have just begun. May I present my dowry? A modest selection from the royal jewels. They are yours on our wedding night.
Wedding? Something you forget to tell me, Dad?
Princess, I thought I made myself clear.
Oh, Amos, if the jewels don't impress you, maybe this will. Stocks, bonds, deeds to vast properties in Europe, America, the Far East. They are yours as soon as you say I do.
I won't.
You say that now.
What is it?
Pictures of me.
Naked?
Just a preview of our honeymoon night.
Look, Princess, I'm flattered. You're rich, you're smart, you're very beautiful.
But
even if I was interested in getting married, which I'm not, I couldn't marry you. You are a suspect in a homicide.
not anymore.
I'm almost afraid to look.
It's not of me. You see, I was worried that Kip was fooling around, so I hired a detective to keep an eye on him. The detective took this picture at 5:02 p.m. on the day that Kip was killed.
That's the time the coroner said Kip was killed.
I give you Kip Sawyer's killer.
The gambler, Jake Crawford.
Detective Burke to see you, sir.
Oh, come on in, Detective. I'm just handicapping today's races.
I thought walking under a ladder is bad luck.
Well, that's what they say. They also say a rabbit's foot is good luck, but it hasn't helped me. I've thrown pounds of salt over my left shoulder. I've knocked down every piece of wood in the house. I've collected hundreds of four-leaf clovers, and I've got a horseshoe nailed over every one of my doorways.
And yet that losing streak continues.
That's why I'm trying a little reverse psychology here.
Well, that explains your ladder.
Not to mention the mirror. Watch it!
I got some bad news about your bad luck. It hasn't changed. I'm here to arrest you. A private detective puts you at Kip Sawyer's house at the time of the murder.
I should have told you I was there. See, I lent Kip my Corvette that afternoon, and I went over his house around 5 o'clock to get it back.
Only when you got there, he was already dead, right?
At the time, I didn't know that. I never went inside. I swear.
Sorry, Jake. I don't believe you. Let's go.
Well, maybe this will make you a believer.
Bathing suit sketches, so what?
It's part of my ex-wife's new super-secret Poseidon line. I found them on the floor of my car next to this.
A fax cover sheet to Palm Beach Sportswear. From Kip Sawyer.
Palm Beach Sportswear is my ex-wife's biggest competitor.
So if Kip Sawyer was selling Pamela's sketches to the competition, and Pamela found out...
In the rag trade, that's justifiable homicide.
Yeah, in the police trade, it's still called murder.
How strong are Sunset Swimwear bikinis? We came to Pacific Palisades to find out. One end of this soaking wet bikini is attached to this crane, the other to a quarter-ton block of concrete to be suspended over a priceless Stradivarius violin. Will the Sunset Swimwear bikini meet the challenge? Let's find out. Max, press the button.
Miss Crawford.
Hello, Chief.
I see you're wearing your medical alert bracelet again.
Yes, I am. Thank you for returning it to me.
What is this? A torture test for bathing suits?
No, it's just a great way of separating us from the competition.
You mean like Palm Beach Sportswear?
Among others.
Wasn't Kip Sawyer selling your designs to Palm Beach Sportswear?
Yes, he was.
Well, did it anger you?
No, because he was doing it with my permission.
I don't get it.
Palm Beach Sportswear contacted Kip and offered to pay him to sneak them my designs. Well, of course, Kip told me immediately, and we decided to spread a little disinformation. Kip faxed them designs all right, but ones that I hated and rejected. Now, if Palm Beach Sportswear is dumb enough to make them, then it's their funeral.
The only funeral I'm concerned with is Kip Sawyer's.
Miss Crawford, what should I say now?
How about, it takes a ripping and keeps on dripping.
When I was running background checks on our suspect, something interesting popped up. A rap sheet.
On the gambler, Jay Crawford?
No, the BJ, Paige Sinclair. She was arrested on aggravated assault, but the charges were dismissed.
Who'd she aggravate?
Kip Sawyer. She hit him over the head with a pool cue.
Nice work, Peter. Now find our video jockey and ask her if her favorite rock group is the Grateful Dead.
Let me guess. Pink Floyd?
Mozart! You gotta pay me a lot of money to listen to that rock and roll.
And I guess you needed a whole lot of money to pay for that lawyer.
What lawyer?
The one that got your aggravated assault charges on Kip dismissed.
I didn't hire a lawyer for that. I didn't have to. Kip dropped the charges. Hey, just because I slugged the guy with a pool cue doesn't mean I killed him.
Why'd you hit him?
I know, I was stupid enough to let him talk me into a sure thing. Invested in a dive shop he was opening in the marina. Nearly gave him every penny of my savings, $100,000. One problem, no dive shop.
What happened to the money?
He spent it. Trips, parties, other girls. When I found out, I kind of went ballistic, you know? Just grabbed the first thing I saw, a pool cue, and slugged him.
$100,000 is a whole lot of motive.
Yeah, and if Kip hadn't have paid me back, I might have killed him.
He paid you back?
Every penny.
Where'd you get the money?
He didn't tell me. I didn't ask. I think he stole it.
Any idea from who?
Yeah, that lifeguard, Wendy Miller.
You're arching your back. You gotta keep your back flat against the bench. It isolates the pectorals. It'll increase your workout by 15%.
Policeman and personal trainer, huh? You're just getting more and more interesting.
Yeah, so do you. First I find out Kip dumped you. You tell me you don't care. Then I find out he may have let your sister drown. Again, you tell me you don't care. Now I find out he stole $100,000 from you. What are you gonna tell me?
I don't care. How'd you find out about the money?
Somebody made an educated guess. They also guessed it'd be a good reason for you to kill Kip.
Well, as you so eloquently put it, I had a lot of good reasons to kill Kip, but I didn't. Besides, he didn't steal the money from me. I lent it to him.
How does a lifeguard get $100,000 in the first place?
My parents gave it to me from my sister's life insurance policy.
You lent Kip money from your sister's life insurance policy.
Yeah, why not? I told you, he didn't do anything wrong. And besides, he needed the money I didn't. He gave me an IOU.
Did he ever pay you back?
No, he was killed before he had the chance.
So you lost all that money?
Actually, no. I lent Kip the money on one condition. That I could take out a life insurance policy on him.
For $100,000.
$200,000. You know, the premiums were practically the same, so I figured, what the heck?
And I figure, what the heck? You're still a suspect.
Okay, the intersection in question, San Vicente and 17th. Now,
I saw everything.
there I am, that's me, right there, the defendant. Ramona's holding the camera and he's blocking traffic.
There's people over here. Can you see the sign? This is the guy. Push him again.
Gee, oh, I was there. You see, there's the no U-turn sign.
Wait a minute. You said a bush was blocking the sign.
There was.
I don't see a bush.
Ramon, Exhibit A. See, good. Very good.
You cut down the bush?
No, and you mean, and kill it? No. What I did was Ramon pulled it out by its roots.
And now the judge won't be able to see how the bush blocked the sign.
Oh, yeah, because I'll be able to hold the tree right in front of the video.
But then the bush is in court and not at the location which would prove it was blocking the sign.
Oh, what do I do now?
Well, take the bush back to San Vicente and 17th, replant and reshoot.
Replant and reshoot. Amos, thank you so much. See, all that police work really pays off. All right, we gotta get this in water. Come on, let's move it out. Here.
What's going on here? What is this?
We're taking it back.
You're taking it back where?
Taking it back.
Where have you been?
Forensics with Lily. You know that photograph the princess gave us of Jay Crawford leaving Kip Sawyer's house?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I saw something reflected in the car's side view mirror. So I had Lily do a computer enhancement. Take a look. Jay Crawford wasn't the only one at Kip Sawyer's house at the time of the murder.
Very good, Peter. Princess Catherine Lanier.
Mr. Bruce Matzner, Encino, California.
And what is your business, Mr. Matzner?
Pleasure Cruises. I own the Tropical Treasures cruise line.
What a shame. I get seasick.
Next.
His Excellency Governor Billy... Chief Amos Burke, Beverly Hills, California.
Auditioning prospective husbands?
Yes, but they can all go home if you've changed your mind.
Oh, I've changed my mind, all right. About who I think killed Kip Sawyer.
Privacy, Ashford.
Gentlemen, if you please.
Very well, I was there. So?
So you killed Kip Sawyer and tried to frame the gambler, Jay Crawford.
No. When I arrived at Kip's house, I saw Jay Crawford leaving. And then I went inside and found Kip floating in the pool.
Why did you go there?
Kip had done it to me again. Backed out of our wedding at the last moment. I went there to beg him to reconsider.
Why bother? There's 100 men lined up right now wanting to marry you.
But none of them are Kip Sawyer. You don't understand, do you? Despite everything, I loved him.
Hell hath no fury like a princess scorned. Burke's Law.
I really thought that Jake Crawford did it.
He says he was just picking up his car.
Is that all he took?
What's that supposed to mean?
Crawford owed Kip a small fortune in gambling debts. He'd signed these slips of paper.
Marcus?
Exactly. Kip showed them to me once. They totaled $100,000. Did you find them in Kip's house?
No.
Gee, I wonder where they are.
Hello, Chief. Feel like signing my cast?
What happened?
Oh, I went to buy a lottery ticket, to see if my luck had changed. Walking out of the store, I got hit by an armored car.
You really had a run of bad luck, haven't you?
Not anymore. My lawyer says by the time we settle with the armored car company, I should net a cool $1 million.
It'll be hard to spend where you're going.
Kip again.
Well, it was a small matter of some missing markers. You owed Kip Sawyer $100,000. You couldn't pay him, so you killed him.
You've got it all wrong. When I found out my wife was sleeping with Kip Sawyer, I went over his house to beat the hell out of him. But when the door opened, I saw that he was playing poker with a bunch of his pals.
So you decided to win all his money, then beat the hell out of him.
Instead, he winds up taking me for a bundle.
He steals your wife, your money, and your luck. The only thing he left you was a motive.
First of all, I didn't kill him. But even if I did, you'll never be able to prove it.
What makes you so sure?
I told you. My luck has finally changed.
Don't count on it. When it comes to a murder investigation, I'm the one holding all the aces. 5 suspects, 5 motives, and I haven't got the slightest idea who did it.
Well, has it ever crossed your mind we might be in the wrong business?
What are you talking about?
Lifeguards. They're in the business of saving lives.
Yeah.
We're in the business of getting there too late. I like to save somebody once in a while.
Do you regret becoming a homicide cop?
No.
What do you like about the job?
I like solving the puzzle. I like, making sure justice is done. Not just for the victim, but for the victim's family and friends, too.
That doesn't sound too bad to me.
Me neither. There is one other thing I like about this job.
What's that?
Working with my dad every day.
Peter, me too.
Oh, no.
What?
I met this beautiful lawyer in front of the courthouse the other day. She wrote down her name and number for me. It got soaked. I can't read it. It's ruined. I'm ruined.
Peter, you may have lost the girl, but I think you've solved the case. Get a hold of all of our suspects. Tell them you're inviting them to a pool party. Well, I see everyone's present and accounted for.
Amos, do you know who killed Kip?
Yes. And you were really foolish, lending money to a man like him. Luckily, you were smart enough to take out that insurance policy. Invested well.
Thank you.
You, on the other hand, are going to prison.
What?
I saw the promo on Rock and Roll TV. You're hosting the special Aerosmith concert from San Quentin, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Have fun.
Hey, thanks.
Your Highness. I am so sorry.
You still think I killed Kip?
No, I'm talking about your inheritance. Today is the anniversary of your father's death, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I'm getting married this afternoon.
Really? Who's the lucky man?
Mr. Crawford.
See, Chief, I told you my luck had changed.
Don't be so sure. An eyewitness has come forward. He saw you deliberately step in front of the armored car. I understand they're going to sue you. And Ms. Crawford, I never really took you as a serious suspect.
Thank you.
Boy, was I wrong.
You think?
I know. What time do you have?
I'm not wearing my watch today. It's broken.
That's right. The other day you said the battery had gone dead. But a battery won't help your watch, Miss Crawford.
Where did you get this?
Your house? After we got a search warrant. And if this watch had been waterproof, you'd have gotten away with it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Water ruins things, Miss Crawford. When you drowned Kip Sawyer, water got into your watch.
You can't prove that. Fact is, I got the watch wet when I took a shower.
But would it have to be a bromine shower? Because that's the kind of water we found in your watch. The same water that's in this pool.
If you didn't kill Kip Sawyer, how did it get in there?
I loved Kip. When he looked into my eyes, there was nothing I wouldn't do for him. I left my husband and followed him around like a lovesick teenager. Me. I built a $20 million company from scratch. And this lifeguard's got me acting like Sandra Dee. And then he stole my swimsuit design.
So he didn't send them rejected sketches?
No. He betrayed me for a few $1,000. Suddenly, I saw Kip for the first time. He didn't care if he broke my heart or my company. He was just using me. He was using all of us. And he was hurting all of us. And getting away with it. Somebody had to stop him.
You?
That's right. And I would do it all over again.
Fortunately, you won't get the chance. Peter?
Say hello to Sharon Kay.
Hello, Sharon Kay.
Hello.
Sharon's the attorney whose number I washed away in the laundry.
Peter told me I helped you solve a case.
That's right, you did. Thank you.
Huh. Well, I told him the least he could do was buy me dinner.
Lucky guy. Vinny, how did it go in traffic court?
Not good, Amos. Not good.
You lost?
No. The U-turn ticket I beat. Unfortunately, the judge lives on San Vicente in 17th.
You dug up the judge's bush?
Yeah. The judge, a petty man, convicted me of trespassing, destruction of private property, and shrubicide.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to fight it. I'm going to appeal. All I need's a lawyer.
Vinny, I would like you to meet Sharon Kay, Esquire.
Really? You're a lawyer? Oh, my dear, you're hired. Oh. Hey, listen. I want you to understand something. We would like to chat, but we do have to go and work on a defense strategy. My dear, if you're good, we're going right to the Supreme Court. Do you like French food?
Vinny!
No. You like at a restaurant.
Vinny!